Hey everybody, Blob666 here, and it's been quite a while since my last DVD update. Maybe not that long, but you know, I try to get at least more than one in for every month. I believe my last one was on the 7th, so this is the horror DVD update for February 24th. Boy, oh boy, do I have a lot of shit to show. So if anybody remembers that humongous stack I had after I made a trip to Fry's, which is a great electronics store, it has a great selection of DVDs. I made off with quite a bit there, and then even after that I just got a bunch of shit. And you know, here it is. I mean, the stack is about that big, and like you can see my hand coming up, and then, so yeah, it's a good amount of movies. So, let me get here. Okay, so this first one, you know, is a made-for-television movie from, I believe, 2006. I think it's a newer film. It's Desperation, an adaptation of Stephen King's book, Desperation. And this was really long, longer than I thought it would be. But, still, I actually liked this a lot for a TV movie. I found this used at a pawn shop for cheap, so I picked it up, thinking that it was probably going to be bad, but you know, it turned out to be pretty good. So if you ever find a copy of Desperation and it's cheap, pick it up. Next up is something from the very early 80s. I believe it's 1980. And for this update, I found a lot of great shit from the 80s. And you people know me. I'm like addicted to all the shit from the 80s. And I just heard a car door slam, so I may have to cut this short. But we'll see how that goes. Because my dad might want me to unload his band's equipment. He just got home, I think. But anyway, this is Alligator. This is classic creature feature kind of stuff. Yeah, I mean, what more can I say? Fucking alligators in the sewer eating people. There's some cool gore. It's a hokey ass storyline, but this was just a great fun cheese fest. I really liked it a lot. Came across this at Fry's, so I was like, oh yeah, I'm getting this shit. And you know, that's that. So Alligator, definitely pick that up if you can find it. Next up is something I got from Jay, aka Masked Movie Maniac, and you know, I have not even been able to get a hold of him at all ever since I got this package because of all this drama that's been happening. But he sent me this along with a couple other things. I think there might be another thing in here that he sent me, but I'm not really sure. But this is, you know, 30 Days of Night. This is, you know, a Region 2 edition. And it's the 2-disc, so it's got lots of special features. And it's awesome. I thought this was a pretty well done new age kind of vampire flick. And, you know, not much more that I can say about that. I mean, it was good. I liked it a lot, but, you know, it's kind of a simple, you know, kind of just bloody film. So yeah, 30 Days of Night. This was a good one. And thank you again, Jay. Hope you're watching this. Hope whatever bullshit's been going on around here, it gets cleared up soon. And these next two I also found at Fry's. And the first one, let me just say, I loved. It's awesome, great 80s fun, and not super cheesy. It's the first Pumpkinhead. And I gotta say, this movie just flat out kicks ass. It was just creepy. Like, the opening scene was so well done that, like, Matt was here watching it with me, and I was just like, you know, are the hairs rising up on your arm? Like, the atmosphere in this film is unparalleled, in my opinion. It's so fucking good. And the movie as a whole is just great as well. So yeah, definitely check out Pumpkinhead if you have not. Great movie. This is the special edition. Next up is the sequel, Pumpkinhead 2, Blood Wings. This was released direct-to-video in '94, I believe. And I will say that it's not terrible, but it could have been so much better. I do like this movie, but you know, the original's always going to be the best. I really need to find Pumpkinhead 3 and 4 because I've heard 3 kind of sucks, but I want to see it, and I've heard 4 kicks ass. So yeah, but yeah, that's Pumpkinhead 2. I just figured I'd pick that up because I'm kind of a completist when it comes to movies. Next up is another piece of 80s gold, the Blob. Great cheese fest. The effects in this are just so great. Uh, they range from very well done gore effects to just really crappy. I don't know what you would call it. I don't know. Like the part when you see the monster at the end, and it just like flattens people and shit. It looks all fake. I love that. It's so cheesy and fun. Yeah, this is a great remake. I need to see the original. I don't know why I haven't seen the original. I guess it probably does suck, but I like old movies, so I'll look into that eventually. But this is a great, great, fun movie. Definitely pick it up if you find it. I found that at Fry's as well. Next up, I also found at Fry's. It's a double feature, and it's Troll and Troll 2. Now, I gotta say, Troll kicks major ass. I thought Troll was just so fucking badass. It was a great, very well done fantasy film with some cool effects, and you know, one of the coolest kind of themes that I've heard in a while. It really reminded me of the one from Poltergeist. So yeah, that was great. Troll is a kick-ass movie. Troll 2, I have not seen a movie with more ridiculous acting. The part where the mother's just like, Elliot, what are you doing here? And the daughter, she's like, oh, Mom, Elliot's part of the family now. And the mom's like, oh, Elliot. It's like, so bullshit. Like, what the fuck? I actually, like, kind of just stopped listening to the film, and I was just like, did I just hear that correctly? But, yeah, Troll 2 is pretty ridiculous. Actually, a lot of the effects in it are pretty cool looking. A lot of them are kind of shit, but I really did enjoy Troll 2. It was bullshit, but it was fun bullshit. So, yeah. Next up is something I should have had a long time ago. Also found it at Fry's, so I picked it up. It's the original Day of the Dead. I had the remake for the longest time. I finally picked this up. This is great 80s fun as well. The music in this, it screams 80s. And the gore effects, of course, are great. Romero's some of his finest work. Man, not much to say. It's just another great zombie movie. And next up is another great kind of sewer monster movie. And it's something that I heard about from Jugcord on his favorite 80s, kind of his 3 videos about the 80s and his favorite movies. And I picked this up at Fry's. C.H.U.D. Kick-ass movie. And God, I was waiting for that to come out. But yes, C.H.U.D. kicks ass. It's so sleazy and so it's well done, but it still feels so sleazy. I guess it's just for New York, you know, or I think it takes place in New York, but yeah, beneath the streets of New York City. This just kicks ass. It's not overly gory, but you know, it simply just kicks ass. The monsters in it are so fucking cool looking. What more can I really say? This is just a classic cheese fest. And if you ever find it, definitely pick it up. It's a must-own, in my opinion. Next up, I've been getting more and more of these. And I have number 5 and number 6 of this, but I can't watch those until I get number 4. And this is number 3. I also picked this up at Fry's. It's Howling III, the Marsupials. This was another fun, cheesy 80s movie. A lot of people will give this shit. I loved it. I can understand why people would give it shit, but I think that's kind of why I liked it. All the cheesiness and everything that most people don't like about it is probably what I do like about it. And you people know me. If that's what you're into, pick this up. But like I said, I'm a completist, so I'm even going to probably buy a Region 2 copy of number 7, because it's not even released in Region 1. Next up is a total classic. This is a kick-ass edition, and I really should have had this in my collection a long time ago as well. But it's H.P. Lovecraft's Re-Animator with Jeffrey Combs. This kicks major ass, and screams 80s as well. So cheesy, so gory, so awesome, so fucking bizarre. This is the double disc edition from Anchor Bay Collection. And all I can really say about this movie is it just kicks major ass. If you haven't seen it, you need to find this and just fucking buy it and then watch it. And then watch it over and over again, because it kicks just so much ass. So yeah, definitely pick up Re-Animator if you get the chance, if you have not already bought it. Next up, these three came in a pack known as the Zombie Pack. So I'm guessing a lot of you already know what I'm talking about. First one here, this is Zombie 3, otherwise known as Zombie Flesh Eaters 2, or just, I don't know, there's probably a bunch of different titles for this movie, but this comes as Zombie 3. This is half directed by Lucio Fulci, and the rest of it was directed by a fellow named Bruno. I forget his last name, but his first name was Bruno. Let me see here. I've heard it was pretty much uncredited, but here it is. Bruno Mattei. But from what I could see, this was nowhere near as good as the original Zombie from Lucio Fulci. But this was an okay add-on. I liked the story. There was some cool zombies in it. There was some cool gore. And that's all I really hoped for with this. And the next one has absolutely nothing to do. Actually, they all really have nothing to do with each other, but I like this one better than number 3. And Fulci didn't even have anything to do with it. It was actually Claudio Fragasso. That's just a pseudonym for his English name, I guess, but he directed this. He was the writer for Zombie 3, and this is After Death. It's originally known as just After Death, but they added Zombie 4 in there to make it kind of go with the pack I got it in, which is cool, I guess. This I actually liked a lot better than Zombie 3, mainly because the zombies were just kick-ass. They were like voodoo vampiric zombies, and they were fast, and they were fucking violent, and they spit this green shit everywhere. This was a cheese fest, of course, but it was a better cheese fest than Zombie 3. The fucking opening music, I don't know what band that is, but that's hilarious to me. It's so cliche for the 80s. So yeah, that's really all I have to say about Zombie 4. And the only reason I would pick up any of these movies is if you found the Zombie Pack, because by themselves, they probably, I don't know, I think I would probably buy them separately, but let's just say I'm glad I found them like this for a good price. So Zombie 5, The Killing Birds. Like I said, this is also not an official Zombie sequel. This was actually made before Zombie 4. They added Zombie 5 on just to make it go with the pack. This is originally just called Killing Birds. This is an alright zombie movie. Zombies don't really come into it until about halfway through the movie, but I still liked it. Just number 4 was better. And really, a lot of people give this shit, say it's terrible, but you really gotta let it get going, because there are some cool effects, like gore effects in this movie that are worth a watch. So yeah, that's that. This is probably gonna have to be split up into another section, so I'm only gonna do, I think, one more movie for this part. And I should have just thrown this in with Day of the Dead, but this is George A. Romero's Land of the Dead. This is more of a futuristic take on his zombie movies, and I actually liked it. I saw this the first time on TV, thought it looked cool, but there's way too much stuff cut. So I picked this up at a pawn shop used. Still got its sleeve, you know. It's in pretty good condition. The disc is like spotless, so that was cool. And people will give this shit because it's very different to his other films, George A. Romero's other zombie films, but I thought it was a cool twist on what his normal take is. So pick up Land of the Dead if you don't have it. I mean, at least check it out. It's a cool film. And yeah, that completes part 1. I've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. I think 9 films left for the next second part. So yeah, I'll see you on the second part. Duel 666 out. Keep on creeping.